Want to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem HaKadosh. Double honors to the apostles, elders, great millstone, room, and teach well. Peace of salutation to the elect 144 first fruit. So I did a lesson a few days back, or like a week back, just titled it Earthquakes. And I did do it over what you see highlighted right here, back on July 29th on Tuesday, 23:24. That's 11 p.m. our time. That's military time. That 8.8 earthquake here off the Russian Peninsula. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. But that was on the 29th. So I'm going to read this, of course, in Matthew. That's what I read in the last video. But ever since that video, I've been just looking at this. And it's weird. Okay? I want to say weird, but it's like, first off, Matthew 24:7 says, "For a nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and there should be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places." Give me a moment here. Okay. Give me just a second. All right. Okay. All right. So it says earthquakes in diverse places. Let's look at this word diverse real quick.
Strong's G 2596, kata, kata.
Kata. One second. Yeah, that's it. Diverse. Kata. All right. It says down from, throughout, according to, down, along. Okay, one second. Same thing here. No, I don't think this is giving me what I want. Let's do something here. There we go. So it's diverse. I'm not too sure why a kata is here. I'm not understanding that, to be honest. So earthquakes and divers. Okay, I see. Let me see something. We're all learning here, right? Yeah, see, in the CSB, it says earthquakes in various places. So let's get that real quick. Get that word various, because there's something I want to go into in this lesson. So diverse means different kind, not alike, essentially different. So let's go back to the KJV. Okay, and it says what? Diverse places. and it says earthquakes in diverse places. So if it's really explaining earthquakes, it says there's different kinds of earthquakes. Not all of them are the same magnitude. They're not all alike, and they don't happen in the same area. And then also too, it could be metaphoric with big events that happen in life in general. You know, it says turned different ways, disagreeable, unkind, and hostile. So various says characterized by variety, or there you go, diverse kinds. It says changing, different. Now, going back to this is the 642weather.com. And I've been looking at this and track that this is a 7 day scale. And right now I'm on July 29th with that 8.8 earthquake in Russia. The scriptures say diverse places, okay? Which the scriptures are always correct, all right? This is looking like something different, okay? Huh. So it says, and it's something that I think is more than what it is. It's just not no 8.8 earthquake. Okay, move along with your business. The 8.8 says it happened in the peninsula, that Russian peninsula. Now, when you go and look, you got Serbia, Russia, whatever Russia. Then you got this Russia. I can't pronounce them, but it's the same locations over and over again. Now, one thing I want you to see that Russia, back on 28th, same place. So when that 8.8 earthquake hit, this Russia area, that peninsula, became way more frequent. Now I understand aftershocks and shit like that, but now let me scroll up to the interactive map so you can see this. This is in the last 7 days. As you can see while I'm scrolling, let me scroll smoothly. All you see is Russia. Okay, so let's go back down. Let's go back down to that 8.8 earthquake. That's the starting point that I want to get at here. The 8.8 earthquake. You see all this, it just says Russia, right? And on that peninsula area. Let's go back to that 8.8 earthquake here, right here. So starting from right here, okay, and then you go up, all you see is Russia. The 30th, Russia. Same peninsula, same area, okay. Let's keep going up. Let's go to, you see the dates are over here. See the dates are over here. Now let's go to July 31st. Same place, Russia's, that Russian peninsula, okay. Let's keep going to August 1st, same area. Let's go all the way up to August 2nd, same area. Let's go all the way up to today, same freaking area. 464 earthquakes have happened in the same place in 7 days. Now, we just read various and diverse. Now, this is obviously something that's different here, okay? 100% believe the scriptures, 100%. But also, too, the scriptures do require you to sometimes think outside the box. It gives you the blueprint, and then you start getting creative with your mind while still staying under the doctrine. The doctrine is, look, man, let me say this. The Bible, what people get misconstrued is the Bible is so multifold and multifaceted that you could, 80 something books in the Bible, and they only think it stops there. No, this knowledge branches out like a tree. It branches out like the roots of a tree. It branches out. And there's something new that you learn every single time. So it does require you to think, have some critical thinking here. Now, from what now this is me speaking as a man. 464. I'm zooming in on that. Okay, matter of fact, let me zoom the fuck back out. How the fuck do I zoom out? Golly, it's doing exactly the opposite of what I wanted to do. All right, there we go. Okay, this is that Russian peninsula. Okay, zoom out. Okay, 459, you zoom in. It's still that same peninsula. Keep zooming in. Let's keep zooming in. Okay, look at this shit. All right, all in this area. Now the thing is, it's not on land. It's in the coast. Okay. Fault lines map. And I'm gonna get at it. You know, I'm gonna get to the damn point. I know, bro. You know, he's like, man, come on, man. Fault lines world map. Let's look at some shit real quick. Fault lines world map. Let's go to this. What we're looking at is right on a fault line. There's that Russian peninsula right there, right on a fault line. Okay, and that fault line is going extremely crazy. All right, ring of fire. Slovakia, my thing's kind of slow. Ring of fire. There's some volcanoes right over there in that fault line area. Okay. And then finally the last thing, so these are the facts. Where this is happening is right on a major fault line. Where this is happening is where the ring of fire lays. Okay. Where the ring of fire lays. Okay. Now, these things are happening on the coast, so it's still in the deep waters. All right. This is where it comes to me speaking as a man, but still thinking of the scripts. Job 41. You're telling me there's 400. You're telling me there's 459. Let's scroll out some more. 464. Look where these earthquakes are happening. This is a live earthquake map. Look where these earthquakes are happening. Okay. In the last 7 days, it's 4.0s and plus. Okay, so it's not tracking no 3.0s. Because I know there's like a 3.0 up in New York the other day, or today or yesterday, something like that. These are 4.0s and plus. Okay. And you telling me 464 have happened in one spot? Off the coast, in the water. Me speaking as a man, this is Leviathan sneezing. One of the Leviathans. Because the scriptures say it. Okay. In Genesis. The first chapter, I want to say. Okay. Here we go. 122 says, in God, and when you look that up, it's Elohim, so the angels, okay, the powers, bless them, saying, be fruit. See, that's what people get confused about Genesis. It's not speaking about the omnipotent. The omnipotent, who I'm saying omnipotent, is Yahweh, who the world ignorantly calls God. He just said the command. Now, the ones physically doing this was the angels, okay? It says, Genesis 1 and 22, it says, I'm going to read it verbatim, but you understand that now. And God blessed them, saying, be fruitful and multiply and fill the waters in the seas and let the fowl multiply, okay? The reason why I want to do Genesis 1:22 is because it says, fill the waters in the seas. Okay? So there's not just one Leviathan. Leviathan was fruitful and multiplied. Okay? Don't know how much he multiplied, but did. All right? 464 in one area off the coast in the water. Just kind of reminds me of some Godzilla shit going on right now. All right? Matter of fact, let me get this. There's a specific Godzilla that I have been attracted to lately, and it's Shin Godzilla. Shin, I don't know if y'all ever seen Shin Godzilla, but this is probably one of the most terrifying Godzillas ever thought of. Because you got these other Godzillas, you got Godzilla 2000. Yeah, what's that? Godzilla 2000. Damn it. It's not that God. That's, the one that was in New York City. Yeah, man, I'm talking about Godzilla. Yeah, the 1998 one. Talking about this nigga. This Godzilla. Yeah, this Godzilla. Okay. It's more like a T-Rex type thing. Didn't blow no fire, no nothing. It was kind of whack, actually. Because they kind of dumbed down Godzilla right there. Really, he was more, but of course you got the other Godzillas. But this Shin Godzilla, this dude's different. He had 5 different forms. He had 5 different forms in this movie. He's like a little tadpole creature, and then he ultimately evolved into this one. Now let me read a little bit of Job 41 real quick. Now, in the beginning, I want to get to the point where it starts, really talking about Leviathan. Now, first, I'm going to read verse 1 so we can get the foundation. So, Job 41:1, canst thou draw out Leviathan with an hook, or his tongue with a cord, which thou lettest down? So, we understand we're talking Leviathan now, okay? Which is the sea creature, the mythical sea creature that people who've seen it didn't live to talk about it type thing. Okay? But the Bible says there's a Leviathan. And pretty much Job 41 is a whole chapter telling you the power of the Lord, because the Lord is the only one who controls Leviathan. Now, when you read Ezra, it talks about Leviathan rules one part and Enoch rules the next, which Enoch speak in second Ezra is speaking about man. I want to say it's first or second Ezra, but speaking about man. Man rules the land, Leviathan rules the sea. And only God controls, again, God as in Yahweh, controls them too. That shows you the power of the omnipotent, okay? So we're talking Leviathan. Now I want to say in the first few verses, this is pretty much talking about you can't catch them, you can't tame them, you can't use them as a pet, you can't bring them home to your woman and be like, oh, look what I got you. Can't do none of that. Okay? That's what it's saying. Okay? That's what it's saying there. Now I'm gonna get to one of these particular things, verses, where it talks about pretty much if you encountered it, you ain't lived to say it, talk about it. Let me see. Before I start getting into, let me see something. How did it go? Let me see. Because I don't want to make this. I'm already here. Bros, bear with me. If you made it this far, I appreciate you. I really do. Because I'll be honest, I didn't get to the point on this. But it's just, I'm sorry, man. This is just an eyebrow raiser. 464 earthquakes in one place. In one place? Come on now. Come on. I know it's on a fault line. I know that's the ring of fire. But you see the map. Everywhere else is in single or double digits. And I'm not talking high double digits like 90. It's 12. It's 464. It's something more than what it is. And it's going on in the sea. I think that's Leviathan. Okay? I think it's Leviathan. You know what? What I'm going to do, I'm just going to read it in Louisville and it pops up, but I know it's in here. Okay? So, here we go. Let's do it in verse 8. Let's start in verse 8. And this may be what I want actually. Job 41 and 8. So we got Job 41 and 1. We know this is speaking about Leviathan. Job 41 and 8. Lay thine, and I'm going to play this clip of Shin Godzilla in a second. But I want to read first, and then you're going to see where they got Shin Godzilla from. So it says, lay thine hand upon him, remember the battle, do no more. Let me get that in the CSB. Okay. Okay. That's what yep. Job 41 and 8. Lay a hand on him. You will remember the battle and never repeat it. Meaning, if you've seen him, Leviathan, and encountered him, you will never repeat that again because you won't live to repeat it again. Simple. If you encounter Leviathan, you're done for. Okay? Simple and plain as that. You're done for. All right? And Leviathan is really waking up, man, because Esau has done a number to the ocean. And he's tired of it. Leviathan is tired of it. The scriptures say, who dares wake him? Okay? Okay? Who dare wake him? All right? So verse 49, behold, the hope of him is in vain. Shall not one cast down even at the sight of him? None is so fierce that dare stir him up. You see that? He has no competition is what it's saying. But Esau is threatening. Just as much as Esau is going up to the expanses of the firmament, you know, trying to reach his limits in the sky, he's definitely trying to reach his limits in the depth of the sea as well. This dude is a proud man that neither keepeth at home. And that's just not talking about war and setting up garrisons, and that encompasses everything. He's greedy when even if it comes to, I want to know how deep, I want to know everything about the ocean. I want to go this far. I want to go that far. Till so far that I can't go no more. So it says, no, none is so fierce that dare stir him up. Who then is able to stand before me? Come on now. It says, who hath prevented me that I should repay him? Whatsoever is under the whole heaven is mine. I will not conceal his parts, nor his power, nor his comely portion. Who can discover the face of his garment, or who can come to him with the double bridle? With his double bridle, who can open the doors of his face? His teeth are terrible round about. His teeth are terrible round about. Look at that. Okay? His teeth are terrible round about. Shin Godzilla is the most terrifying. I'm not saying that it's like a scary movie, but when you look at all the other Godzillas, this is the most terrifying one. He has the most terrifying. You'll see. And if you think another Godzilla is better, put it in the comment section, because I don't. I don't. When it comes to what I'm about to talk about. Let me say that. Let me say it like that. It says his scales are his pride, shut up together as with a closed seal. One are so near to another that air cannot come between them. They are joined one to another. They stick together and they cannot be sundered. It's talking about his skin, okay? His scales, that's his armor. It says by his nestings, what's nestings is snorting. a light doth shine. Just a snort, energy is populated. You know, it says, his eyes are like the eyelids of the morning, so bright. It says, out of his mouth go burning lamps, and here we get to the point, and I'm gonna play that video. His Out of his mouth go burning lamps, and sparks of fire leap out. Out of his nostrils go smoke. Out of his seething pot, or as of a seething pot or cauldron. Okay, his breath kindled. This is in the Bible. This is in the Bible. It is speaking about a creature that spits fire and it lives underwater because Leviathan rules the water, like it says in the book of Ezra. Okay? And flame goeth out of his mouth, and his neck remaineth strength. Sorrow is turned into joy before him. Okay? So let me stop right here. All right? This is Leviathan. Me personally, speaking as a man, 464 earthquakes is Leviathan shaking and moving. Because Esau is at the top pinnacle of pride right now. He's getting ready. He's getting ready to stomp that. The Lord is stirring up Leviathan. Okay? The Lord is stirring up Leviathan. And it's funny too, because that peninsula is close to Japan, and Japan is obsessed with Godzilla or some sea creature coming onto land and destroying their cities. And that's exactly what's gonna happen. You asked for it. you Ammonites. So we read about the smoke, the fire, all of that coming out of his mouth. All of that. Look at Shin Godzilla. The fierce teeth round about. Tell me what Godzilla had a better fire breathing moment than this. Godzilla -1 is up there because he was literally shooting atomic bombs. But watch this. Okay, you got the smoke. All right, it says out of his nostrils goes smoke. You got the smoke. There you go. You got the fire. All right, out of his and a flame goeth out his mouth. Now I'm gonna stop pausing it, and I'm gonna let y'all. The script. This is the visualization, the best understanding of Leviathan that we have until Leviathan comes out of the water. It's gonna shit on Godzilla, and you're gonna see it in real time, and call Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai that Leviathan is on the prophet's side. The scriptures say the beast of the field shall be in league with thee. Leviathan is gonna be on our side. Okay. This is who we have on our team, brothers. All right. So come on now. Shin Godzilla. Crazy. But that, you know, that they got that idea from Leviathan here. And for, like, again, I'm gonna keep harping it. This is just it's different. The scriptures say earthquakes in diverse places. These are 464 earthquakes in the same place. We went through variety. The word various and diverse means different. Okay, in the same place ain't different. It says diverse places. So you keep digging in your scriptural Rolodex in your mind and you start thinking of different things. And me personally, I thought of Leviathan. Leviathan is moving and shaking up there. So that's all I have for you today. I want to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Akakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, the great millstone, and rule and teach well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 first fruit. Until the next time, I'm going to say shalom. Like always, repent for Yahweh Shai is coming back sooner than what me and you believed. All right, shalom.